This is Jairam from Almas. Welcome to Almas Market Morning. US markets were again up on Friday. In fact, most of the global markets were up. Markets have already digested the higher inflation numbers all across, but waiting still for more data, of which we will have a lot of them this week. Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday came at its lowest level in 10 years. That was a surprise. That was a trigger for a small correction in the dollar index as well. The JOLTS job openings again was the record, which was on the higher side, 10.4 million jobs open. So less people are taking up jobs than available. And quits rate has also gone up. So as we narrow the gap, I think the employment situation in US will improve, and that will actually play out as creating a full employment situation. But that's too early to say. But I think this is the gap that needs to get filled to get into the ideal situation which the Fed is looking forward to. US has a lot of data coming this week, retail sales and then the manufacturing data. UK has employment as well as inflation. It's important in the context of the rate decision, which is hanging in balance as far as the UK is concerned. Last time they raised the expectation of a rate hike and then disappointed the market. If the inflation comes higher again this week, along with the good employment number, chances of a rate hike in December increases. Similarly, we have data from Canada. We already had data from China, China retail sales and industrial production. Both of them beat the expectations, keeping the yuan firm. In fact, yuan strength has been something of a big surprise. In fact, our technical research guy says yuan was rather dollar yuan was oversold even at 6.4243, and now it is even more oversold. But being a controlled currency, we cannot really say with certainty when this will turn, although it has been trading at record highs as far as the trade weighted index is concerned. We have seen in earlier instances when a similar one-way move happened in Chinese yuan trade weighted index, there was a swift reversal to the downside as well. So we remain alert for yuan to reverse its directions. Right now, 6.3635 happens to be a very good support. Upside, only if it trades above 6.42, we think of a reversal. Gold finding good resistance at 1870, profit taking coming at the higher levels. So it probably needs some consolidation because of the big move that we have seen in the last couple of weeks. Definitely, it is well supported on a slightly medium-term basis. Any dip to 1845, 1850 will be a very good region to go long on gold. On the rupee side, this week, we should be looking forward to outflows from IPOs, which have closed out, and excess subscription being returned or refunded. And we also have our stock market moving in a wide range of about 3%. Interestingly, quite a few investment bankers and a large brokerage, CLSA, have called for a top in the Indian stock market. One needs to wait and see really how the market behaves. Definitely a lot of good news has been priced into our market, so it won't be a surprise if we do have a long period of consolidation. I think right now it is better to assume a consolidation than a big fall. But even if it falls by 10%, it is not out of place because we have risen so much. Definitely FI numbers indicate steady selling from their side. So what will be the trigger for a deeper pullback is something that is not clear. On the dollar rupee, it's been held in a tight range on Friday. So the swift move from 73.85 to 74.60 is getting consolidated. purely it's up to the flows and the RBI. Flow wise, I don't think major inflow is foreseen or talked about in the market. If oil companies continue to buy, we will have slight tendency to move up. But only break of 74.65 will trigger a move to 75. Oil price is correcting, but again, not going below 80. As winter sets in the Western world, the demand for oil and natural gas will sustain at higher levels. So not looking for a very big move down in the oil prices. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, AK. This is Pankaj. There was a data week for Indian markets. In a sense, Indian September industrial production data came, which was lower than expectations. Data printed at 3.1% YOY against expectations of around 5%. Indian October CPI inflation also came. It came at 4.48, which was broadly in line of expectations. But we are seeing that the core inflation continued to print higher than 6%. And if we remember last week, even Governor Shaktikanta Das also mentioned in the Business Standard Summit that they would be focusing on core inflation as well. Broadly, post CPI data, market had a dollar rally and other cyber profit booking. All other data set or all other asset markets are generally consolidating. Crude oil prices are consolidating between $80 to $85 per barrel, and the more consolidation coming also from a rumors that US will release oil reserves from their strategic petroleum reserves. So that's the expectations broadly market is having to control inflation. US might do that. US Treasury yields were also range bound on Friday. 2 years around 50 basis point and 10 years around 160 basis point. Not much of action. India 10-year GSEC yield closed at 637, and they auctioned a new 5-year security, which has got auctioned at 5.74% yield. That's the cutoff of the bond. RBI launched a retail GSEC platform on Friday, and the rumors are indicating that they have got a very good response for the registration of that scheme. It's very user-friendly platform. I also registered for the same. So people who are looking for a target investments and do not want to take much of a price risk and wants to go for their goals, they can look at this platform. Rumors also indicates that India is planning to regulate now cryptocurrencies, which is more progressive steps than the earlier stance, which was actually in all platform, people were saying that they are planning to restrict its usage. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. Have a nice day.